Everybody, everybody wants to be a cat. Can't all be that cool. Can't all be cool cats. Alrighty, so I've been doing some research into commercial litigation, and I will be filing a lawsuit against Curtis Ray, Suncor Financial, Mutual of Omaha, and Brokers Alliance. And then a separate one, I'll be filing a lawsuit against Trade Trades, AMC, DTC, and DTCC. And yeah, it's going to be good. I might not be able to get anything from Trade Trades, but just because I've already kind of waived my damages for that. But that's not what's important. What's important is the content that Trey's had. So, like, if we go to Trey's cell phone, emails, everything that has to do with me, when I sue them and I get a subpoena all these documents, there's no question that Trey was complicit in all of this. And so I'm excited about it. What happened with court? Court has not happened. I was supposed to have court this Monday, and it got postponed to October 17th. And that's for my trespassing case, so I'm still waiting for that. Definitely got postponed, though. But that's not what's important. What's important is that one's actually a defense case. And so, like, the state of Arizona's, like, has a claim against me for trespassing. I think I'm going to win that as a not guilty. And when I do win that as not guilty, then I will use that not guilty verdict to then go after the state of Arizona, the city of Tempe, the police department, all the good things. And also the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, of course. For sure, but I don't want a civil court. If I gotta go, if they bump me down to civil court, that's fine. But I've been reading up on commercial court, and it goes faster, and we got a judge that's more qualified to handle the case. And these are way more commercial, business-related matters than they are anything else. So I'm excited for it, and I just wanted to come on and tell people that that is what I'll be doing this week. I have found the documents that I need to file, and I'm reaching out to a couple attorneys, just commercial attorneys, to see if there's any decent ones out there. I doubt there will be, but I don't think I need an attorney. I think the second a judge actually hears what's going on, they're going to be outraged as I am, because this is the most horrible thing that any one man has ever had put upon themselves in the history of the world. I mean, you guys, like, we hear stories about all the inventors and them getting trapped under people that take their business ideas and make money off of them. This is worse than all of that. This is somebody who took my idea, made a ton of money off of it, and then proceeded to attack my sanity as I was exposing why he's a two-bit fraud. And then obviously the securities and the options that I was trading, that's a whole nother ballpark. Nobody's ever gotten damages like I got from the stock market. Maybe a lot of people have lost money in the stock market, but nobody lost money when the CEO says they're not going to sell shares, and then they sell shares immediately after just to stop my trades from winning. And I'm certain that when I subpoena their information, that we will find proof that that was the case. And so I'm excited. I'm excited that commercial court goes faster than regular civil court. That's probably one of the best things. Yeah. I read through the whole civil court manual thing, and I didn't see anything that disqualifies me. If anything, I saw 10 different things that I could argue is why I'm qualified. Oh, man, I would, like, if they're gonna kill me, just do it now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared at all of dying. If I need to die for this, that's what's gonna happen. I am not dropping this in any way, shape, or form. I will either win or they will kill me. There is no in between. Yeah, I don't know if commercial court's a thing everywhere, but Arizona started in 2015, and then they made it permanent in 2019. So, yeah, I didn't know that it existed either until I started doing some research, finding out exactly how I want to file this, because I'm done waiting. I thought I could wait for my court, but then it got pushed back 45 days, and I just can't wait no more. This shit got to go down now. So, what I plan to do is, I'm basically the brokest person on earth. I got less than $1 to my name. And so, right now, my game plan is to find, like, I got all these documents that I got to fill out. I'm just going to take blank papers and I'm going to recreate them on a blank piece of paper, all handwriting, and then go turn those in. And I'm 99.9% sure they'll have to accept it. Like, I don't got to print out their exact form if it says the exact same stuff and meets the exact same standard. So, yeah, commercial court. And basically, the first one with my brother. So let's understand what the story is and what really happened. So with my brother, back in, oh man, it was probably 2013, maybe 2014. And basically, I got a life insurance license. I got a hold of the insurance software, and for about 6 to 12 months by myself, I worked on this project, not getting paid by anyone, just believing that there was an opportunity where I was looking, and me trying to find out exactly what that opportunity was. Eventually, I got far enough along in the project that it interested my older brother, who had a lot of success building a giant granite company in Arizona. And his granite company basically went down the crapper because he picked a bad business partner that sued him, and he basically lost his whole company. They both lost, like neither one of them won, and they just basically agreed to destroy the company and like separate assets and call it a day. And after that, he got real interested into my idea. And I kept helping him and pushing him along what he needs to know to get into it. He offered me 49% of his business to work with them on it. And then I said no because I wanted 50%, or at least I wanted somebody else to be involved to where my brother couldn't have full authority to do whatever he want whenever he wanted. So, like for example, I countered that he can have 50%, I'll take 49%, my dad gets 1%, and he didn't like that. So I decided to go my own way. Fast forward a couple years, my brother's having success with the product and offers me 5% to not keep trying to build my own life insurance brokerage, and offers me 5% for his brokerage to do absolutely nothing. And obviously I refuse that because he's saying that I lose all rights to my idea, and whatever he makes of it, then that is what it is. And then after that, I basically threatened to sue him, and he didn't like that. And so, like, we're family. I don't usually try to burn bridges with family. I have now, but back in the day I didn't. And I had this other idea that I was working on, and he agreed to give me $25,000 for that idea in exchange that I sign a document saying that I won't sue him. And so I agreed to that. I went and chased my idea. It led me on to my options research, so I wasn't necessarily angry about only getting $25,000, an idea that went totally bust. And I never really sued. There's only one time I threatened to sue him after signing that contract, and that was just because my girl told me I need to stand up for myself. I'm like, if you want me to sue him, I'll sue him. Like, I ain't scared to do it. I just thought you didn't want the drama, because she always act like she don't want drama. And then once I started the drama, she realized she didn't want the drama, and she convinced me, or she didn't convince me, but she said, okay, don't do that. Don't stand up for yourself because it caused too much family problems. I was like, all right. And then, so, we're fine from there. And then basically, I've been watching his sales process for a long time now, and I see the ways that he lies to the public. And it's not like a mistruth. He's lying to the public, and I've already proven that. And I told him I was going to expose him if he didn't give me $1 million. He counters with $5,000 to $10,000. I say no dice. And well, actually, before that, so he went on his TikTok where he got 1 million subscribers. This dude's mega, mega rich. If you don't think my brother's like top 1% of the 1%, you're wrong. He's top. He's top of the top. And ultimately, he had this thing where he holds a stack of cash and he says $25,000 to anybody that dares debate me because I'm the greatest financial advisor on the planet. And I sent him a message and I said, I accept your challenge. You can't withhold the challenge from me. That was a public open invitation to anybody. If you don't announce in your TikTok that you've accepted my challenge and we're going to have a debate about just financial advice, whatever he wants the rules to be, whatever he wants the topics to be, I was prepared for. You guys know I can handle any situation. And this is not extortion. You have no freaking clue, David Colhan. This is not extortion. Extortion has definitions and qualifications. This is not that. Anyways, I challenged him to the debate that he opened to the public. He denied it. So then I told him I was going to expose his lies on the YouTube. He says, I'll give you $5,000 to $10,000 a month. I say, give me $1,000,000. And then he says no. And then I expose him. And right after I exposed him, he used my trespassing case where I got arrested on the church and my parents, which he gave $400,000 to in the last 12 months, to basically petition me for my mental health, saying that I'm crazy. And so it was my dad, my mom, and Curtis that petitioned me. And this was right after I had exposed him. Within 3 days of exposing him, I was arrested by the cops to go to an inpatient facility where I was diagnosed by the courts as persistently and acutely disabled. But the first person ever to get this diagnosis that did not get prescribed antipsychotics after I lost the court case. So I lost the court case inside the psychiatric place where they said, you're taking medication. And then I go talk to my doctor, and my doctor says, I don't think you're a danger to yourself. I don't think you're a danger to anyone. And I'm not giving you antipsychotics because I think that'd do more harm than good. You aren't crazy. And so I'm the first person to get diagnosed as persistently and acutely disabled by the courts, but also not get antipsychotics by the doctor. And so those damages are included from my brother. And now he's a rich mother effer. He's deep tied in with Mutual of Omaha and Brokers Alliance. And they will all be part of this lawsuit. And I'm 99.9% that it's game over for him. And I hope I get everything he got, but even if I get half of it, that'll be fine. Half of it will be enough to go start the Mo Austin AMC myself if I wanted to. Anyways, if we're talking about how much Mutual of Omaha has profited, how much Curtis has profited, how much Brokers Alliance has profited, you add it all up, we're talking it's probably getting close to $100 million already. And yeah, so that's my commercial lawsuit against Suncor Financial, Curtis Ray, Mutual of Omaha, and Brokers Alliance. And I can't wait for that. Now, with AMC is a different beast. Now, it's not just AMC. It's also a little bit of GME. So it's GME, AMC, the DTC, the DTCC, and the Federal Reserve. And I'm pretty sure they're all... and Trade Trades. They're all complicit. And basically, they've worked together since I started my YouTube. And let's talk about what they've done to me. So, before you guys even really got to know me on my YouTube, before I started going live and doing all that stuff, I was doing like recordings of my videos, trying to tell you guys buy AMC and GME and just posting little videos on my YouTube, but I never went live. It was always just little 2-minute clips, 5-minute clips, whatever. And that's right, that's at the same time. So I'm doing this from probably February 1st, February 2nd, all the way to February 24th, 25th. That's where I turned the $10,000 into $1 million. And basically, when I turned that $10,000 into $1 million, I cashed out $200,000 for my sister, who gave me the original $100,000. Gave $100,000 to my brother, who was also like kind of owner of that $100,000, and she was like kind of holding on to his money. Then I gave $25,000 to one of my brothers, who just gave me $500. And then I gave $100,000 to my fiance. The rest of the, let's say, $700,000, $800,000 that I had 300,000 that I cashed out that I was just leaving in my account to trade, and then I had some money that was expiring soon, but I moved a lot of the money towards like 1 week out, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out to expiration. And what happened over those next 2 weeks was GME was halted at least 15 times. And every time it was halted, the stock price would go from whatever price it was at to up 15% in a matter of seconds. 15% more growth of wherever it was at for the day in a matter of seconds. And then they'd halt the stock for 5 minutes. Now this causes multiple damages. First, it resets the order book, so anyone that was buying is no longer set to buy unless they reset their order. And then it allows them time to go collect more shares to then sell on the market so that if they can meet the demand and keep the price from going up. Well, they had deposit 15 times over 2 weeks because it kept trying to mow us. It kept trying to squeeze. And they kept halting it, and they kept finding stocks, and then eventually my options dissipated, and then basically so after that, that's when I got real focused on AMC, and I kind of put GMC on the back hold. Why do you think you're the only person this has affected? Johnny Free, I don't think I'm the only person this has affected. I just think I had more invested than anybody else, and I stood to win or lose more than anybody else at every single time they damaged me. And I had the wherewithal to actually do something about it in court. So most people, they're just like, I lost. That sucks. I'm going to go be mad at myself. No, I didn't feel like I lost. I feel like I got cheated. And so if you feel like you got cheated and you were in the same spot as I was and you put money in the same spots I did, well, if I win, then it'll be an easy win for you, right? And so I'll set the precedence that this shit was illegal because no one else is prepared to do it. And so I take the rest of my money, go to AMC, and basically that's where I start teaching you guys how options work. That's where I start investing in the 2023 option. Well, first I started in the January 18th option, but then I pushed it back to the 2023 option just to get people more excited about it and more interested in making money. And ultimately, we talked about what happened with GME. Now AMC, we have the first earnings call. Let me see what day this was. So if we look at AMC first earnings call 2021. Okay, so the first earnings call was March 31st, 2021. Okay, so March 31st, 2021, the CEO says we have 43 million shares. We don't want to dilute any of them until 2022. We aren't going to sell a single share till 2022. Oh, actually, let's even rewind a little bit before this. So before this happened, this is when they started asking for the 500 million share dilution. I have 0 shares. I have 69 cents in my bank account right now. I'm the brokest person you've ever met. Anyways, so before the AMC earnings call, they were asking for the 500 million shares of dilution, and I made a video that got really popular that said Trey trades the shill and he's going to push dilution. And he wasn't pushing dilution yet, but then a week later he's like, well, when new ideas or new information is brought to the table, I'm allowed to change my opinion. And I talked to the CEO of AMC, and I like what he had to say. So if he says dilution is good, I trust him. And basically everyone's like, damn, Godpill called that shit. Godpill called that Trey was pro-dilution. And then I got it, because my video went popular, everyone in the Trey Trades team were blowing up his Discord saying, we need more Godpill. We need more Godpill. And basically what happened is Trey Trades didn't know how to handle it. And so what did they do? They invited me into the fold, and they tried to get me to interview the CEO of AMC. I go into this Discord with 6 or 7 people that are all discussing on what it's going to be like, how we're going to do it, all this stuff. and I throw out my thing of what I want to say, questions I want to ask, things I'm upset about right now, and they're like, "Oh no, that's not going to work. Like, if you're going to be part of this, you got to do it our way." And I was like, "Well, then I'm not going to be part of it. Like, you guys invited me. I never asked to be part of this. You guys said you guys needed me. You guys said that people loved me." So ultimately, I walked away from that opportunity of a lifetime. If I wanted to sell out, that was my chance to sell out. Nobody else sold out, but that was the opportunity of a lifetime to sell out. I was guaranteed to make $1 million a year if I would have done that crap. Oh man, I would have made a lot of money on YouTube if I would have done that. Anyways, that's not important. What's important is after I did that, they waited for an opportunity. So basically, I go back to my YouTube and I say, those guys are not doing, like, those guys are shady. Those guys are trying to give you guys a story rather than give you actual answers and facts. They're not trying to ask questions that help us. They're trying to get you guys excited about being part of a movement or something weird. And basically, they didn't like that. They were very upset with me. And so this was all trade trades. So everything I'm talking about right now is trade trades. Trade trades got the interview with the AMC CEO, and they were bringing me on to interview side by side with Trey and ask a bunch of questions and all this. And basically, what happens is they wait for so that happens. This AMC CEO says they're not going to sell the 43 million shares. I'm thinking, okay, they're more like the GME owners, like Ryan Cohen, right? He diluted a little bit, 5% here, 5% there, but he didn't just freaking throw the shares on the deck and say, burn it all down to the ground, right? And so basically, I've seen AMC up to, it was probably April 9th that I made my $100,000 bet on AMC. And the reason I made that bet is because I've seen it hit off $9 3 times, and every time it did that, it went straight up to $12, $13, $14. And so ultimately, what I did was I saw it hit $9, and I threw the $100,000 in. That next 2 weeks, all the way to April 23rd, we have massive volume, but the price is dropping. It drops all the way down to $8.20 or something, and then it shoots all the way back up to $10.50 by the time my options expired that Friday, and the next Monday it hits like $12.30. And so at the $12.30, I would have made at least $100,000. And the next by that Wednesday, it hit $15. And had I hit the first week, my $15 options probably would have printed close to $1 million, maybe a couple $1 million. Had it hit the second week, so had I made my bet on a 2-week bet and it didn't hit the first week, but then hit the $15 the second week, I would have probably made at least $500,000. And so it was very obvious that they used the 43 million shares they said they weren't going to sell to screw me and my people. Because when I threw that $100,000 in, I was getting hundreds of viewers at a time when I go live. Like, people were asking questions. I was answering questions. I was dominating shills on the phone. Like, it didn't matter what you brought at me. I was ready for all of it. And the only thing I wasn't ready for them was to sell the shares they said they weren't going to sell. And so ultimately, Monday hits, find out that they sold all 43 million shares without giving any warning until after they were already sold, when just a week prior they said they weren't going to sell a single one. And so it's this like kind of freaking perfect storm of events that I saw where the opportunity was, and I thought I was going to win money. But because I didn't win money, guess what I did? I proved that they're liars and that they're willing to scam the market to beat option players. That's what I proved. And so then after that, me and Trey, so after I lose the money on the AMC, because that one chick lost what was her name? Ryan lost $800,000 taking you can't call it financial advice, because if she took my financial advice, she wouldn't have played what she played. I told her exactly what to do, and if she would have followed my instructions, she wouldn't have lost money like she lost. But she decided to gamble with me, and I said, if you're going to hold, you got to be prepared to lose it. And she acted like she was prepared. I think she was a plant from Trade Trades, and I don't think it was even her own money. I think it was I don't even know if she actually lost $800,000, right? Like, there was never actually proof she invested this money. Anyways, like, after she lost that money, she tries to tell me she's in the hospital because she's in so much pain or whatever. And I'm like, lady, like, whatever you think I did to you, it wasn't me. Like, you brought this upon yourself. You were chasing an opportunity because you just lost $3 million in GME. And somehow, I don't even know how that's possible. When you started investing in February, she was doing day trading on GME and lost $3 million. And then she's mad at me when she loses $800,000. It's like, you can be mad at me if you want, but like, I definitely don't owe you anything. And so Trey uses this opportunity, I guess you could call it, of me supposedly hurting somebody to say that that God Pill is dangerous to the community. If you lost money listening to him, you should consider suing God Pill and all this other bullcrap. So I knew, like, my channel got attacked so freaking hard after he made that video. 10 more viewers than I've ever gotten in 3 days in a row, and just blowing me up. I start creating a lawsuit against Trey, and all of a sudden it disappears. It disappears because Trey guaranteed said, you guys are hurting me by hurting God Pill. Stop it. Don't attack God Pill claiming to be my fan because it makes me look bad. And so then what happens after that? Well, like, basically, I got a little more money, and I wanted the AMC movement to still like me, and so I know that they love Trey, so I decided to relinquish my damages against him and say that, like, even if I sued him, he doesn't owe me any money because he doesn't owe me anything. And then basically my channel has lost 600 subscribers since all that went down. Every day, every week, I lose another 10 to 100 subscribers. And then when I got the more money and I'm still showing people options, I get a couple good videos, couple good, like, people showing support, and I see the next opportunity. Next opportunity, let's see when the AMC second earning call, 2021. It was, what's the date? Reported, okay. It's looking like August. No, it can't be August. AMC second earnings call 2021. It had to have been before May 28th. I know that. Where is it? Let's see here. It's trying to give me second quarter, which was the third earnings call. I'm almost certain of, because anyway, there's an earnings call right before May 28th where basically they said that Wanda's in it to win it. Wanda won't sell their shares. They built the company for the last 10 years. They love their company. They want to keep their company. And what happens? I see that's when I was calculating the weeks by weeks and showing you how a crazy week happens and then the good week happens. And basically we saw the same pattern coming. And so I bet the farm. And what happens the next Monday after I lose all my money? 30 million shares by Wanda, completely gone. Wanda no longer owns AMC. They had 10,000 shares left. Let's see when Wanda sold their shares. Wanda sells AMC shares. There we go. In all, Wanda sold 30.4 million shares between May 3rd and May 18th. And so basically, the next Monday, we find out that I had lost my money and that AMC sold all 30 million shares. I think they had 10,000 left. And with that, basically proving them liars again, right? Both earnings calls, the shares they said they were not going to sell, they sold just to stop the options. And so the next 2 weeks after Wanda sold those shares, the AMC price went up a total of 500%. And that ain't no joke. Like 500% on the options that I was betting on, because the first 250% in the first week was enough to put all of my options. The deepest option was $29 strike, and it went up to $36 by that Thursday, and then I think it came down to 29 or something by the Friday. But by Thursday, I already told you guys my plan. My plan was once it hit at the money, I was going to cash it out and buy shares and try to force the MOAS. That's what I told you guys I was going to do. And so the next week it doubled one more time. So whatever I would have made the first week, I would have doubled the next week. And it would have gone up even higher, because if you think about all that volume that came in to replace the 30 million shares of Wanda, the next 2 weeks when it went up to 500%, there was still all that added volume to make it go up 500%. And so when you think about it, like, it probably would have gone up 1,000% had Wanda not sold the 30 million shares. Maybe even more than that if AMC didn't sell the 43 million shares. And so there's all of these facts that come together, and basically I've proven them liars, I've proven my damages, and I can prove closer than anyone what I would have made in a profit. And because that's all true, yeah, that's a commercial lawsuit if I've ever heard one. And the commercial lawsuits definitely says securities and stocks and all that good stuff. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah. And so right now, what to expect from me is that I'm going on the offense with 2 lawsuits. One against Trey Trades, AMC, GME, DTC, and DTCC, and Federal Reserve. And then the other one being Curtis Ray, Suncor Financial, Brokers Alliance, and Mutual of Omaha. And between these two, man, just that alone, I think I'm going to be the richest person on earth. That don't even count what the state has done to me with the false diagnosis of being disabled. That doesn't count the arrest on the church. That doesn't count my damages against the police and the church. I'm telling you, people, like, I need to create a stock or like a crypto where you're buying into my lawsuits. Every crypto you buy, it'll be a million coins, and every one coin you buy is a percent of whatever I win in the courts. That sounds fair. I'm really not going to do that because that'd be way too much work and money and time. But it sounds like a good idea. Yeah, that's basically where my head's at. So even if I've waived my damages against Trey, and even if, like, I can't get any money from him, I don't need money from him. He's the poorest one out of all the people that damaged me. But what I am interested in is getting his records and finding out who he's talking to, what they said about me, what they did to attack me, how they plotted against me, because I know that shit's on record. And I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever been to court, like, when you subpoena something, if you don't turn in something that you were supposed to and it gets found out, like, you lose everything. Like, trying to beat a subpoena and not comply with the subpoena is the most dangerous thing you can do in court, and nobody does it. And so that's why I know this is going to work out in my favor, and I'm excited to do it. I have actually I do have a little bit of options. I have 360 contracts for puts on Tesla at the $22 strike that expire in 16 days, September 18th or some crap. And so basically the massive bubble that everyone's talking about and the giant collapse, the only way I'm getting paid on that is if it happens in the next 15 days. I'm not exactly banking on it, but I still got this little, like, hope in my heart that something's good about that. If you were going to try to copy that trade, now the options, because, like, the data has expired so much and because the Tesla stock price has gone up, like, I bought those puts when it was at 580 or something. And so now that it's at 740, you could probably get the $100 strikes at $100 put strikes at like $1 a piece or $5 a piece or something. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend copying that trade, but I definitely think that puts on the market, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 1 month, I don't know how long it's going to be. This bubble cannot keep going. This whole idea that inflation is transitory is a complete and total lie. It's not going to happen that way, I promise you. Society is going to fall. I can't tell you when, but I can tell you it's going to happen. And so, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Giant collapse is coming, people. If you don't know that, you aren't paying attention. Let's see here. That's so weird that I can't respond. Like, it doesn't let me chat in my own chat. Why can't I chat in my own chat? I should be able to send a chat from my phone, but it don't let me. It's so weird. If you want to contribute to my court case stuff, my Cash App is $Godpill. A lot of these stupid papers cost $5 to file here, $5 to file there. I ain't even got $5, so if you want to help out, send it to my Cash App, Godpill. When's the Godpill documentary? I'm not making the documentary. You guys know me. I just go live and spit facts. I don't freaking make it look all pretty and stupid. The documentary is my YouTube. But that's a lot of information. And a lot of it's repeat. So it would be nice to have it all like organized and cut up into nice little segments. But I'm just not that worried about it. Like, that doesn't feel like it's going to produce what I need it to. I feel like my best bet is going to the courts and asking for justice. That's what I feel like my best bet is. And I plan to stick to it. Do it, Lars. So, if you like trades, if you know trades, you let them know. Retribution, the day of reckoning is coming. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. Unless you kill me, but that's gonna cause a whole bunch of avalanche of problems if they do that. Like, I'm confident that this world burns to ash if I die. Regardless how I die. Trey's still a bitch? That's true. The last time I made a video about AMC was based off Trey's video, and I saw AMC's price start to go below $35 after I got out of the psychiatric ward, and I saw the volume go way up to, I think it even hit 200 million shares a day, and I saw it go down negative 10% in one day and hit like the 29.50 or whatever it dropped to. And that's when I made a video letting people know, Trey saying, wait, it's going to drop to $25. That's what the charts say. And I'm like, no. Trey's telling you to wait. I'm buying right now. And I tried to buy an AMC option for September 4th. I probably would have made a little money on it based off what happened. But when I was dealing with all the stupid mental health stuff, I got a flat tire and I had to freaking cash out whatever options I did have. And just to pay for a tow truck driver and a new tire. So that kind of sucked. But it's okay. It just reaffirmed that I shouldn't be investing in the stock market anymore. That's what I learned from it. But yes, we can all agree Trey is garbage in almost every way. He don't know math, he don't know stocks, he don't know options, and he is getting fed a script to read to you guys every single day. He is not authentic, he is not genuine. He is somebody that is paid to deceive and manipulate you. I appreciate you guys. I never expected so much love in a live stream. I've never had 21 people in my live stream since like weeks or months ago. You guys being so nice to me right now. I appreciate that. It's so nice today. Today was a beautiful cloudy day. Like clouds that just look like mountains on the horizon and just fluffy and beautiful. What up, guys? I just want you guys to see my court case. Like every court case I'm going to record, I'm going to post on my YouTube, and it's going to be the most beautiful, epic thing you guys have ever witnessed. The judge is going to be like, "Oh, really? Oh, really? You got any proof?" And I'm going to bring up my YouTube and say my YouTube is the proof. Oh, man. Seriously though, everything that I just said to you guys is 100% factual. Like there is no question of how the stocks work or how the data works or the idea. Like, do you guys not remember on the earnings call where freaking Aaron tries to tell you that dilution could potentially make the stock price go up because every time they sell shares, the stock price goes up. And I'm like, no, motherfuckers, that's not how it works. What's happening is they know the stock price is about to go up, and to beat the options, they sell some stock real quick so that the options lose, and then they let the price go up because people have been buying the whole time trying to drive the price up. Think about that, people. Like they were just like slapping you in the face. The CEO of AMC is the worst human being that I've seen this year outside of my brother. The worst human being outside of my brother this year. 2021, nobody's worse than the Aaron. Holy moly. I don't know what you guys mean by saying excited he's back. What am I back for? When did I ever leave? Like, the only time I kind of left was when I freaking got arrested and was in the mental health place for 30 days. When are they going to let some pressure off the stock? Okay, so I do think that pressure is being relieved off the stock right now, and I do think that AMC will be going to probably, man, it's hard to speculate, but if I had to guess, I could see AMC going up to $100 and then them crashing it back down to probably $50 and then it building back up until it hits $200. But I could see AMC in the next 1 month going to $60 to $100, no problem. I never lost the fire. I didn't know what I was trying to do. Did you guys see that stupid thing that Aaron did? He says if you go on for every time somebody goes on and rents one of the Planet of the Apes off the AMC app, the streaming app, that they will donate $5 to the Gorilla Day Gorilla Fund for Gorilla. Like, oh man, it's so dumb. Reddit is my least favorite thing. Everything on Reddit is shill talk. Like, those people are designed to stop the conversation from growing. It's all about, like, zombified, like, buy and hold. Don't ever even ask a question. If you ask a question, you're a shill. If you say anything, you're a shill. Like, I really don't like the Reddit community. The Reddit community is probably the worst community out there. Oh, they're disgusting. I appreciate you guys. I didn't realize I lost my fire. I didn't realize I lost something. Oh no. r/anal isn't for shills. I'll have to go check r/anal out. I haven't heard of that one yet. Oh man, yeah, it's been hard to smile lately, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, going through that court process and getting diagnosed acutely and persistently disabled after having a 7-year resume of just total domination, like things that people wish they could do, like just wake up and build a giant roofing company with a $10,000 credit card and a younger brother who's basically just the CFO. Like, oh man, what else? Like, just door-to-doors. My success in door-to-door sales before I even started my own business. How many people you know can go be successful in door-to-door sales? I don't know anyone that's disabled that's doing that. Oh man. I like to have a good time, that's for sure. I appreciate you guys. You guys are showing a lot of love right now. That's nice. I didn't know there's still love for me out there. There's nothing I can do for the option kids. Like, I don't hate the buying long-term 1 year to expire option type stuff on things you think are going to go up, but like, I can't wait a year to have my success. I need my success quick. And we had a diamond-handed opportunity where they were crushing the price down, where I knew the opportunity to get paid was going to be there. And I don't mean get paid as in 10x my money over the course of a couple months. I mean make 100x of my money in one freaking day. Sometimes it could be 1,000x on your money in 2 freaking weeks when it went up 500%. And so, yeah, I mean, I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. But, like, when there's not a diamond-handed movement, like, they're literally just, like, all the stocks that are blowing up are the stocks that don't have the options that are going to pay a ton of money. And they're trying to get people to go focus their attention on the 2 stocks that people aren't buying up, GME and AMC. I personally got more heart for AMC just because they've denied 2 levels of dilution, one at 100% dilution and one at 5% dilution. The AMC holders said absolutely not to both of them. So for that, I still have a little bit of love in my heart for AMC and the AMC apes, but like it can't be the focus of my life no more. And yeah, I mean, there's just AMC, GME, and Tesla are the only things I'd even consider trusting, but I just I don't see a future where the market's not crashing. I personally think the market crashes this year. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I mean, even if the market does crash this year, I don't know how much AMC would crash. Like, if all the people that are still holding, if they hold throughout the crash, like, I guarantee, here's what I'll say. So, when the crash happens, if the crash happens, like I'm saying, and just stocks across the board are dropping by 50%, 80%, just getting decimated, right? AMC will crash just as much, okay? Not because everyone's selling, okay? So you, like, if you see it crashing, that's not when you sell. If you're in it to win it, you got to really be in it to win it. Like, don't have your whole life fortune in there if you can't afford to lose it all. But what I'm getting at is, right now, today, it's at $40. If they wanted to drop it down 90% in the next 2 weeks by selling every share they have, I promise you they can. And if you guys keep buying and they just keep selling, and these 200 million shares that they own, and you guys own 300 million shares, or whatever the ratio is, it doesn't take more than 30 million shares getting sold all at one time to drop it 30% in an hour. It's all about the market book and how many buy orders are on versus sell orders. And the more you guys start buying, the more sell orders they put on the books to block the price from going up. And so they're forcing you to buy more. They're forcing you to buy more. And so what I'm getting at is when the market tries to, if the market crashes across the board, all stocks getting decimated, if the diamond handlers hold onto a stock, the mathematical logic says that it will only go back up. And here's the beautiful thing. Let's say that they have the potential to put all their shares on the market book to sell just to crash your guys' price. They could drop it down to $1 a share. But if they drop it down to $1 a share, how quickly will you guys buy every motherfucking share on that order book? You know what I mean? And so it's interesting what's about to happen. I don't know what's exactly about to happen, but here's one thing that I will tell you, that the one thing that you should be afraid of, even as an AMC diamond hander, even if you believe that your community would never sell, they keep talking about this one world government, and they keep talking about this this great reset. And I could honestly, based off what we've seen going on with the governments all across the world and this COVID crap and all of it, based off what we're seeing on that, I could see them literally just turning the stock market off, erasing that it never existed, erasing the Forex market, erasing currency, commodity, everything. And then saying, here's one coin, here's one currency that everybody in the world has to use, and everything else is now void and counterfeit tender. You know what I mean? And so that's like the doomsday, like worst case scenario for diamond handers is that. I don't know if that's like, I really don't know at this point what potential they do have, but whew. Need Venmo but don't have Cash App. If you need my Venmo, what's my Venmo? I don't know. I don't think I have a Venmo. I could probably post a Venmo. If you can search a Venmo by phone number, look up the 480-295-6442 on Venmo, and that's my fiance. And she would greatly appreciate it. And she would definitely give me some of that money to go do my court stuff. I definitely prefer you don't do super chats on YouTube. It takes a month to get the money, and they take 30% of it. I don't have any money to have AMC. If I had money, would I buy 1-year options to expire in AMC right now? Probably. I probably would, honestly, especially if it hits $30 again. Like at $30, I'm buying a lot of options. Like if I had money, I'd be buying options with a couple months to expire, and probably the $40, the $50, the $60. But $30 is definitely when people start buying again. Like if you saw how much volume was going in when AMC dropped to $30, they let the price go back up because too many people were buying. But there's still a decent amount of volume going on at $40, and so I think they might let it go to $50, $60, $70 and then test the volume there. But as soon as you guys see the volume die back down to 20 million shares a day, you better be ready for a giant AMC dip. Like, that's when the dips come. When the volume dies, the dips come, because it takes way less shares for them to sell in order to affect the price. And so, yeah. It's okay. Harassment's not that bad. Like, if you, like, my phone number's 480-937-6887. If you want to harass me, go ahead and try. Like, somebody calls me and it's a prank call, I just go bloop, bloop, block phone number. Like, it's that easy. And so, if somebody's calling me about selling me a car, bloop, 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 I block the phone number. Never got to worry about that call again. Like, it takes a half a second to like, block a phone number, block a text, block whatever, block an email chain, whatever. And so, I don't really care about, like, harassment in that sense, just because it's so easy to get out of your hair, and people don't have the attention span or the discipline to do it over and over and keep creating new phone numbers. Like, that's something I would have. Like, if I just set my life on harassing somebody, you better believe I'd be creating hundreds of phone numbers, calling, like, putting their name on every little thing. Like, but I'm the only one that got the discipline to do shit like that. Oh, man. Charlie Hayes, you already helping, brother. You a member. You helping more than most, brother. I know you and I both took it pretty rough, and I really think that, I don't know, man. I don't know how the vindication comes back, but for anyone that's truly on my side, for all the AMCers that aren't total shills, that are trying to manipulate people's minds and spread FUD online and, like, refuse to have conversations, I believe justice is coming for everybody. I believe we all deserved a lot more than we got, and I believe justice is coming around the corner. I just don't know exactly how it comes back. Currently, 2023 options, 145 calls has 12,000 contracts, and 50-cent puts has 24,000 contracts. In your opinions, these numbers will reverse. Would that trigger MOAS? No. Hopefully it don't come when I'm broke. I need to stop buying options. So here's the thing, people. Options do not trigger MOAS. The only thing that options can help you with the the only way to get the MOAS is to actually be buying stock. And so if you remember, my whole argument when I was YouTubing on AMC is that the pressure is building and there's going to be a giant pop. But when you're in these options, the best thing you can do is to get your profits, get to at the money, cash them out, and buy stock to help the MOAS, because your options aren't helping the MOAS. The things that the options do help is that people are going around and saying, where are the most options being purchased? And then they're following and they're buying stock in those options because they think that you guys are the smart money. And so they're like, well, if the most money is on AMC options, well, then maybe the stock's going to go up. So I'm just going to buy the stock because I'm scared of options and I don't understand them. So by putting a crap ton of options onto a stock, you can create a public appearance of a good stock to invest in. But other than that, you're really just chasing the maximum profits so that you can then go and buy the stock with even more than you would have if you would have just bought stock originally. That was the whole plan from the beginning, people. From the beginning. Man, we got 38 viewers. That's impressive. I'm impressed. When do I get 38 viewers? I mean, you know what they say, Charlie Hayes. AMC going to freaking $1 million a share. So your 350's looking pretty, right? Oh, man. Honestly, though, like real talk, if it did MOAS and you guys hold, it would go to $1 million if no one sold before that. The only problem that I see is as soon as people start trying to sell for $1 million a share and it started to drop the price because so many people are trying to sell, it would come way down way freaking fast. And so, man, I would rather sell on the way up than on the way down is, I guess, what I'm saying. Selling on the way down is the most dangerous thing you could do. Alright, guys, it's starting to rain on me. I'm going to go inside. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later.